What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the tavern. I'm Spencer.
God damn it. I'm Eli.
I hit the button and OBS was like, actually, go live isn't set for this event. And then started live anyways. So that's why the intro is so scuffed. Uh, but this is Bardic Blunders. And I'm no longer dying of the plague. So, we're in, as far as I'm concerned, we're winning. We're in a good spot. However, who isn't winning is Eli.
What do you mean? I'm always winning.
Yeah, except for the fact that you're a weeb now. You're a freaking weeb. Good grief, man. Do we need to pull up the stats from your freaking Crunchyroll this year? It's insane.
Hey, go ahead. Explain it to the people.
So so Eli messages our group chat yesterday and puts up a picture because Crunchyroll does like a Spotify Wrapped kind of thing where it tells you how much you watched and everything. I don't remember exactly when I got you into anime though. It was like halfway through the year. It was not since the beginning of the year. And the reason I clarify that is because watch hours 773, titles watched 273. 15 genres, top fantasy, longest streak 30 weeks, peak day August 12th,
Hey,
favorite show
Spencer,
Black Clover.
um, I'll tell you right now. It was 30 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, because you haven't stopped watching anime. 30 weeks.
30 weeks.
Okay. All right. Hold on. We're going to do a little math experiment right here. How many hours are in 30 weeks? 5,040. 5,040. 5,040. Divided by 773. 6.52. No, wait, no, I wanted percent. Whatever. Still, you spent almost a fifth of that time watching anime. This is this is everything you've been doing for the past 30 weeks.
No, I've been playing video games. I've been writing. I've been doing a lot of shit
I
in
know.
that time.
I'm saying amidst everything else.
And working a full-time job.
Yeah. That's almost 7 months. You have somehow fit that much anime in. That is insane. That is
You're just fucking
mind-blowing to
jealous.
me. I can't believe that. How did you watch that much anime, dude?
Okay.
The only saving grace you have is that you're not like me, where you have to sit down and watch it. Like, that's the reason
Yeah,
I'm so slow to watch animes, because I don't like to have anything else distracting me. You just throw it up on a side monitor while you're doing
yeah.
other things. That is the only saving grace for you in this situation.
I think there's more saving graces, but
I don't know, that's a lot
sure.
of freaking anime. That's a lot. That's a lot. But yeah, I mean, You must at least agree with me that anime has better writing than most Western
Some of
media
them.
nowadays.
Some.
I mean, yeah, of course, not every anime is going to be a banger, but
Turns out quite a few animes are not bangers.
oh yeah, don't even get me started with Attack on Titan. That one sucks. I know a lot of people love that one. I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
I think it's bad. I don't know if you've tried to watch it yet, but
I watched it, funny enough, I watched it before I started this anime kick, but I saw bits of it during that time.
fair enough. Yeah, I hate it.
I was not a fan either.
That's the one everybody criticizes my opinion on, because I'm like, it's trash, and so many people are like, oh, it's transcendent, it's one of the best animes of all time. Like, no. No. I will say, I just finished Undead Unluck, which, okay, I finished the season of Undead Unluck. I kind of thought it was going to be the whole series. I didn't realize it was longer than that. Um, but yeah, it was pretty solid. I'm excited to continue watching it. It's not like my favorite anime I've ever watched. It's not the one that's got me the most hype. I definitely got way more into Demon Slayer and Black Clover, but those ones are just awesome. So not many are gonna contend with those. Naruto's dope too, but I can understand if people would have problems with Naruto's insistence on, oh man, my sad flashback. You know that happens quite a lot in Naruto, and I can't blame people for complaining about it. It is very, very irritating sometimes. But what do you think? What do you think? Just to stop railing on you for a minute. What do you think is the best anime you've watched so far?
Ugh, that's a tough one because I absolutely loved Komi Can't Communicate.
Okay.
Like that one didn't like it wasn't like, oh my god, it's the best anime ever. It was just like this is a sweet little anime.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing hectic's going on. Nothing too crazy is going on. It's not like I'm losing my mind trying to figure what is going on here. I'm also playing a video game at the same time, so
Yeah, I kind of figured. Getting sidetracked. Can't even pay attention to the podcast. Come on, man.
yeah. It was a really sweet anime, is what it came down to. But at the same time, I think Black Clover has probably been the best one I've seen.
Black Clover is so good. Uh the thing I'll tell you, the thing that got me to watch it was there was the clip with where they open the chest in the dungeon and it's just filled
Oh,
with
and it's
organs.
the mimic guts.
Yeah, it's the mimic guts. And then I looked in the comments of that and somebody was like, this anime is literally just like D&D the anime. And I'm like, "Oh, cool. I'm going to go look it up." And it's not an inaccurate description. It absolutely has a lot of D&D influence, except it's D&D but everyone uses magic.
Yes.
It's great. Ian, there is a lot of weird stuff with anime. If you want to start with a fantastic anime that doesn't have a lot of weird stuff in it like that, Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is absolutely phenomenal.
I have seen Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I know. Ian was like, he heard about anime and how it has weird stuff in it. And there is definitely weird stuff in anime. There's a reason. Well, and then there's fan bases that do weird stuff, which is the reason why I don't associate with My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
I loved Justin calling that Mid-Hero Academia. That was phenomenal. But what's Cowboy Bebop about? It is a group of I can't call them bounty hunters. They're individuals who ride on a ship called the Bebop, and it's it's hard to quantify the bigger story without spoiling things. They go around completing jobs for money, but there is a bigger overarching story. RDR but anime? No, not even close. It's in space. It's like they're flying a ship around space.
It's like if kind of Star Warsy.
Yeah, Star Warsy, but more grounded, less fantastical.
Yeah.
Star Trekky, but less sciency. What's it on? Any anime site. Crunchyroll. Any ones that do free anime, of which I can't name, because I might get in trouble for it, but just look up on, like, Reddit free anime site, and you'll find 17 of them. But I don't condone that, you know. It might be no. No, there's the live action Cowboy Bebop on Netflix, which is not good.
I actually enjoyed it.
Okay,
so...
yeah, but you're weird. 98% of people who watched Cowboy Bebop did not like the live action version. I'll admit, I did not watch very much of it before I dropped it. I didn't stick around for the whole show, but I kind of felt like it'd be a waste of my time if I did, so, you know. But, yeah, no, I can't condone going on Reddit and looking up free anime. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't go to a website called Watch Cartoon Online because, I mean, that'd just be wrong. Like, don't do that, guys. Like, seriously, come on.
I think you're condoning it without condoning
I'm
it.
not
So you don't get in
condoning
trouble.
it. I'm not. You're clearly hearing me say that I don't condone going to different websites like Zoro.to and looking up anime for free. Like, that's wrong. You should be paying Crunchyroll or... No, it's just Crunchyroll, actually. Yeah, that's right. Your only option is paying Crunchyroll because they've cornered the market on paying for anime. So you shouldn't go to other anime sites that you can watch it for free. It's like, I'm
Amazon
condemning
also
it
has-
right now.
Amazon has anime.
Well, yeah, Amazon has it, Netflix has it, Hulu has it, but none of them are like Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is where you go to get 90% of anime. And when Funimation was a thing, it offered competition, but now that Crunchyroll bought Funimation, there's no competition.
Yeah.
So, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole. What's up, Razorbolt? No, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I watch anime through the legal means. 100%. I don't watch anime on illicit websites. That wasn't like a hint cough. That was an actual cough. Like, just want to clarify.
It was a hint cough.
was
Don't listen
not.
to him.
That was-
He's lying to you.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Stop dying.
Yeah, hey, the plague is sticking around just a little bit. But yeah, anyways, that's Cowboy Bebop's a great starter anime just because it's not too weird, and I think I think it's phenomenal. It's in my top 3 favorite anime. Uh, Demon Slayer's up there. Black Clover's definitely top 5.
JJK's pretty good.
I still need to watch that one. Funny enough, I love Naruto, but I wouldn't put it in my top 5 anime, mainly because of how long it is. Like, there's other... I've rewatched other anime. Like, I rewatched Demon Slayer. Even if I haven't, like, sat down and rewatched the whole thing, I've rewatched episodes of it. Like, I've watched the fight between Tengen and Gyutaro, like, 7 times. It's so fun. I need to watch Death Note, and Code Geass was actually my next anime. I'm thinking I'm gonna dive onto that one. One that you should watch after Cowboy Bebop. I don't know.
Not Death Note. Death Note is terrible.
Okay. That is not what 90% of people say. They say Death Note is great until you hit a certain point, and then it's bad. That's what I've heard. And so I'm going to give it a chance. What other... I like Demon Slayer a lot. And Demon Slayer doesn't really have too many weird... Okay.
No, it's not that weird.
When the love Hashira gets involved, there's a couple of like, alright. But nothing like...
She's cute, though.
Yes, she is.
There's nothing malicious about that.
It's not like My Hero. Like, oh my gosh. Freaking Mineta drags down My Hero so much. And it's so annoying. The random perv characters in anime, that's the weirdest thing I don't understand. But there are at least some other ones too that do the perv thing that's not their main personality trait. It's just like it creeps in and you kind of got to be like, all right, yeah, here's the 5 minutes where he's going to try and spy on women. And then, you know, he'll actually get back to being cool, like Jiraiya from Naruto. Jiraiya, I really wish they didn't have the moments where he's like, oh, women, because every other part of his character is phenomenal. The first arc is peak. Are you talking about Death Note? Razor? Because that's what I hear most people say. Like, the beginning of Death Note, before a certain character dies, is one of the best animes of all time, and then it falls off into absolutely sucking. So, you know, the only people that aren't pervs are Catholics. I don't know what you're talking about.
They're the worst.
I was gonna say, they're pretty bad. They can be.
Frierin's also a good anime to watch.
Frieren is really good, too.
It's not that hard to get into. You don't need to understand anything going into it. Demon Slayer, you kind of have to understand that it's a couple 100 years in the past.
I mean, I don't think Demon Slayer has that high a barrier to entry. Usually the only animes that I consider that way are either the ones that are super long, aka One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, like those ones. But or the ones that are super weird. Like, I'm not gonna I have to clarify. I've never watched this one myself, and I've heard that it's actually a really sweet anime. It's just the name is jarring. It's called I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
I've heard really good things about that one too.
I want to watch it, but the name is so jarring. It's like, I've heard it's like a love anime, and I'm like, oh, that name did not indicate that at all. But that's hilarious. It's such a great name, but I would absolutely not recommend that as somebody's first anime. Same with like Kill la Kill. I enjoyed Kill la Kill. It is
I have not
not
seen
for
that one.
everybody. It is not for everybody. I thought it was good. I thought it was entertaining. Not one of my favorite or anything, but, you know, pretty decent. Let's see. You know what? Let me pull up my anime list. That would probably be smart. I have a list of anime that I've finished. One Punch Man is also... Funny enough, One Punch Man was my first anime. What's the anime where the teacher's wife gets turned into a child? I have no idea.
I don't either, but I have heard that one, and I hear that it is trash.
Let's see. Oh, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is another. That one's phenomenal. That is one of the best anime of all time. I love that one. Hellsing, if you want to go for an older one that doesn't have as much of the weird stuff. The original Hellsing. Hellsing Ultimate, I know a lot of people like. Wasn't my personal favorite. I watched, I think, the first 2 episodes and then dropped it. But if you ever want to see Vampire with Guns, awesome. But yeah, there's a lot of good anime out there. I'm sure you could find something you'd enjoy that isn't too weird. I think people are mostly getting past the stage of, oh, anime is just for weird people. Because, it kind of goes in phases, doesn't it? Where they've got things where it's like, oh, video games are just for losers in their mom's basement, Yeah. And now video games are consumed by everyone of every demographic. If you're gonna watch
Skeleton Knight in a Different World is also pretty good. It's also easy to understand. It's not too crazy.
Also watch the Ghibli movies, because those are fantastic. I still need to finish more of them. I've only seen 3, Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, and Spirited Away. And I've loved all 3 of them. I was going to say, why did autocorrect go Helsingborg instead of Helsing? That's weird. But, yeah, I think anime is starting to get to that stage. And there's definitely still the anime where it's just like, ugh, that's weird. That's the way I felt about High School of the Dead. I immediately, when it was just like, let's show off a zombie's boobs and let's upskirt another zombie in the first 12 minutes. Okay, I counted. In the first 12 minutes of the first episode, there is 12 panty shots, and I was like, I'm done. I can't sit through this. There are other things that I can hand wave when watching anime. That's not one of them. That was too much. I was just like, I don't care what the story is. I don't care if everything else is entertaining. Like, that's insane. A panty shot a minute ratio is ridiculous. I got irritated with that pretty quickly. Check out Ni no Kuni games. I've seen those before. I've thought about it. Ni no Kuni 2. Where's Ni no Kuni 1? Does it not? It's not on Steam. Cool. Wow, funny enough, Ni no Kuni 2 is on sale right now. 84% off. Dang. Huh. Well, perhaps.
Mayhaps he will be.
Maybe add that to the playlist. We'll see. But yeah, like Persona 5. I mean, that's essentially an anime with video game elements, and I love that. But yeah, anime's fun. I'm obviously just yanking Eli's chain a little bit about being a weeb. I just thought it was funny. I introduced him to anime 7 months ago, and he has now probably watched more anime than I have. Time-wise, I mean, I don't know, baby. You definitely have watched more general anime than me, but I've also watched Naruto, which is long. You did watch not Undead Unluck, Black Clover, which that one was pretty decently long too. Not as long as Naruto, but
I've also seen My Hero.
My Hero, and I've watched Seven Deadly Sins, which
I've seen the first season.
Well, okay, what did you think of the first season?
I did not like it, man.
See, I was entertained by it to a certain point, and then I was like, yeah, no, this is bad. It hit a point. No, so Ian, the thing with a weeb, Eli's not a weeb. The typically accepted definition of a weeb is the person you walk into their room and it's plastered with anime posters, and they've got an anime body pillow, and they've got like all the shirts in their closet are anime, like someone who is obsessed with anime. That's what a weeb is.
Yeah, no, I am not a weeb. I actually own 0 anime. No, I have a Cowboy Bebop poster.
Okay. See, yeah, I have Cowboy Bebop poster. I have a couple things from Demon Slayer, a couple things from Naruto. I think that's it. I have the
Honestly,
the
if
Black
any of you
Clover
walked
coaster.
into my but that's just cool. If any of you walked into my room, you would be more like, what the fuck, man? Because it's just books are everywhere. There's D&D stuff everywhere. There's a cat tree. There's a bunch of broken electronics. There's Star Wars stuff. There's Halo stuff.
Yeah, well, and that mine is actually crazy. I've also redone my little area a little bit with some new things. I got the big bucks thing I added a little bit ago. I just added a new lightning thing. So if I
I'm
look
not
at
that anime.
my desk and everything surrounding me, like all the walls and everything, there's the Bucks, the Lightning, Cowboy Bebop, D&D, Pokemon, Portal, Florida State, Mega Man. I got Avatar right there, Fallout, Naruto, Demon Slayer, Monster Hunter. That's the Armor of God. That's the Halo Reach map, Oblivion map, Star Wars, Darkwing Duck. Like,
Yeah, I don't. Okay, the only thing that people might find suspicious is I have ammo in my room for my gun, but that's it.
Are you gonna tell me not to come to school tomorrow? I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. Oh, you want me there?
Yeah, I need an accomplice.
I didn't say Fallout was an anime. I was just saying what's around me on my walls.
Oh.
I'm mentioning the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, my sports teams. Those aren't anime. And Florida State, unfortunately. They had a terrible season this year.
But no, most people would just assume I'm a D&D nerd.
Most people would walk in here and be like, what the...
And Halo.
like, what?
I have a
They'd see
picture of me
bunch
and my mom.
Sports. That's nice. I have a picture of me and my nephew. Yeah, people would be confused if they walk into my room because it's like I got the little armor of God statue with that Bible verse on it. I got the poem my dad wrote me. Then I've got sports like Lightning and Tampa Bay and like all stuff. Then there's the Legend of Zelda poster over there, a Spider-Man poster, a bunch of Pokemon plush over there. Like,
Oh, I do have a side duck in my room.
oh, I have Captain America's shield hanging above the TV.
But yeah, I'm not actually that
Razor Bolt, don't get me started.
I'm not
I'm
actually that
suffering.
people always say that it's like that I'm really nerdy, but in reality I'm not that nerdy. I just learned a bunch of nerd stuff and I just like nerdy things. I'm
I
mostly a book nerd.
I think you undersell yourself though, because you're not overly obsessed with any one thing.
I'm a generalist.
You're like surface level on everything.
I can hold a
The only thing
conversation
you're
in
not surface level on is D&D. That's the only thing that you're like you're
D&D,
hardcore
Magic,
ingrained. I mean Magic,
Warhammer.
yeah. Warhammer that too. The amount of times you start talking about Warhammer and I just like zone out because I'm like I have no idea what he's saying right now. I'm so
Halo.
confused.
Halo,
Halo.
I know quite a bit of comic book stuff, but I've never I have a couple series of certain comics, but that's it.
I was gonna say you've never been huge comic nerd wise though. Like even if you're talking like Marvel and DC, like I enjoy a lot of Marvel and DC things, but most of them aren't comics. Most of them are like TV shows or games.
Yeah.
Like the Batman Arkham games are phenomenal. The old Batman the animated series, Batman what was the Brave and the Bold. And then you had the all the Marvel movies that I used to enjoy. You know.
Yeah. I'm mostly it's weird to me.
Is it okay if I can read the dad poem? I mean, it's kind of long. The whole poem is him describing me putting on the armor of God, which if you've never read that Bible verse, it describes each piece of the armor of God. And I can't remember each one off the top of my head, but I do have the thing right here. But I'm not going to read the poem itself because that's kind of personal. But the Bible verse is, "Stand firm then with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. Take up the shield of faith, from which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God." Ephesians 6. That's the Bible verse about the armor of God. And the poem is what my dad wrote about me putting on the armor of God. I think I was like 11 or 12 when he gave it to me.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that. My room's painted green screen green.
It is. Which was it always intended to be green screen green? Because it's been that way for a long time, even when we loved Achievement Hunter.
Yeah, it was. I was supposed because I was using it when I was doing a bunch of film stuff back in high school.
Okay,
because it was cheaper than buying a green screen.
I mean, yeah, that's reasonable.
I painted my room green screen green instead of buying a green screen.
It's like painting the walls white so you
works.
can use it as a projector.
Yeah. But yeah, Everyone rags on me for being a super nerd when I... Okay, I did just look back and see I do have manga. But it's the Spy X Family stuff, so I don't really count that. That's very entry level.
Yeah, that's fair. I have one piece of manga, and it's the Demon Slayer, the first book.
Mm.
That I just like display. I mean, I've read the whole thing and I read it online, but I'm not huge into manga. I'd much
I don't
rather
like
watch
reading
anime.
books backwards.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah,
It was a lot less weird reading it online.
yeah.
But yeah, that's I think enough about anime for now. Let's move on to the AI game that got showed off at the Game Awards. Catly is a game that showed up
We're
at the Game
absolutely
Awards.
gonna play it.
No, I don't even think it's a real game, dude. I won't be convinced it's real until it actually comes out. So here is we'll pop it up on screen.
Oh, Stray's only $17.
This is Catly. Look at these screenshots. Like these are very like what is happening right here? That is just like garbled mush. I can't even tell what this is. Why? Like what is this? Why? I don't think this game has anything to do with Elon Musk, no. Where is it? This looks a little off. This is it.
The stream's behind of us talking, so I'm looking at the stream and I'm like, I don't.
Oh, well, yeah, of course, because there's a delay.
Yeah.
But this chick has 6 fingers on her right hand. That is trademark AI. Like, that's one of the easiest ways to tell if something was AI generated. Now, am I saying this entire game is just generated by AI? Not necessarily. Am I saying this game is legitimate? I'm not convinced. Because the developer is named Super Authentic.
I'm gonna add it to my wish list.
Fakest freaking name I've ever heard. Don't do that. Steam will actually start recommending the game to other people.
I already did.
You're freaking... I can't believe you. But... It's... The other concerning thing is people have discovered that the developer's only previous experiences making a game are blockchain games. NFT games. That's it. That's the only thing they've made before. Like, scammy ass games just trying to steal money from people who use NFTs. So...
Spencer,
Yeah.
there's a police simulator.
Yeah. You've never heard of that before?
No. And it's online co-op.
Police simulator patrol officers. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
Interesting. Eli, look up body cam.
Oh, I know this one.
But yeah.
Which body cam?
Oh my gosh.
Only one body cam?
$33.
The horror one where you wear a body cam? Yeah,
No,
I know.
that's not the one. It's just called body cam.
That's what I'm looking at.
It's not horror. It's an FPS that looks real. Like, if you look up footage of people playing it, it's hard to distinguish it from, like, actual body cam footage. It's insane. It's
The one with
absolutely
zombies
crazy.
in it.
Zombie game mode now. Yes, okay, now there's a zombie game mode. There didn't used to be. It's not a horror game, though.
What, you expect me to look at a game that's showing me a bunch of zombies and not think horror?
Yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 is not a horror game. There's plenty of other zombie
Yes, it
games
is.
that aren't horror games. Dead Rising isn't a horror game.
Everything can be a horror game if you try hard enough.
Yeah, whenever you're a friggin' scaredy little
Yeah?
cock like you.
Uh-huh.
Nailed it. But yeah, anyways, the AI game is stupid. That's really, I mean, if it's a legit game, awesome. Why would you use AI in your advertising? That's a terrible idea. If it's not a legit game, how on earth did it end up at the Game Awards? How did they let that air? Like this,
Paid money.
I'm gonna be fascinated to see what comes out of this. Speaking of AI too, Twitch also put in an AI generated emote, global emote, and people are not happy about that either.
Mm.
I hate AI, man. There's so many things that it could be used for rightfully, but all it's going to end up being used for is corporate entities trying to not pay people. I drove by our old high school and it had an AI generated logo on its video board.
Yep.
I was like, are you freaking serious, man? Really? Ask a student to make you something. Like,
No, they can't do that anymore.
really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Don't know. They don't let the students do anything. No joke, our high school now has metal detectors in it.
Oh my gosh.
They don't do a morning show anymore either.
Sounds terrible. Not that I love the morning show or anything, but you know, gotta let kids express themselves.
Yeah.
It's turning into 1984 right before our eyes.
Yeah, especially because there's a list of banned books that will get you suspended on the front door.
I would bring every single one of those books to school. I legit, I wouldn't even care. I'll walk in toting that thing.
To Kill a Mockingbird is now banned again.
I read that in 9th grade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was part of the curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yeah,
Banned.
this is a PSA to everybody. If there is a book that is banned, go and read it because it's banned for a reason.
1984 got banned.
Yep.
So did Fahrenheit 451.
Yep, read them. Read them. They're banned for a reason. They don't want you to read them because it makes you think for yourself. Fahrenheit 451 is legitimately
It's about book burning.
Book
and
burning.
Banning.
Yeah, exactly. On point. 1984 is about Big Brother and the government always wanting to spy on you. Sound familiar? But yeah, if you haven't read those books, go and read them. The government doesn't want you to, and that means you
There
should.
are 700 books that are currently banned.
700?
Yep.
Gosh, dang.
That's Polk County.
That's insane.
I'm trying to find our county.
But, anyways, to move off of AI, no, the game doesn't have anything to do with Elon. And even though, you know, Elon hasn't said, oh, I'm not part of this game, you know, Elon Musk would be like, this game, it's my game. You know. And he hasn't done that, so he's not involved. But,
Hey, guess what?
what?
The Game of Thrones books are all banned.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Those are a different story, though. Those are probably banned for gratuitous violence and sexual material, if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Slaughterhouse 5 got banned again.
Wow. That's not surprising. In the
The Handmaiden's Tale.
Okay. Interesting. But, so we've been playing a multiplayer game a little bit over the past few days. Past week now for me. Is of Mice and Men banned? I don't know, is it?
I'm trying to pull up the list. They keep
I don't think of Mice and Men would be banned because there's really nothing inflammatory. The guy dies at the end, but I mean, a lot of books have that.
Heart of Darkness is banned.
Okay.
That's a Forrest Gump is banned.
I just okay. Why? Because it's about a retard. Is that why?
It makes fun of black
It's about
people.
me. Oh, wait, the book does?
Yep. Yes, Of Mice and Men is banned.
Wow. Okay.
Vulgar profanity, using the Lord's name in vain.
Why do they care about that?
derogatory.
Okay, hold on. The same entity that's like, no, you can't practice religion in schools is also like, this book uses the Lord's name in vain. We can't have that. What are you talking about?
It is derogatory to the mentally disabled, developmentally disabled, African Americans, and women.
Bro, like, this country's doomed.
V for Vendetta is banned. That's another one you should read.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about standing up to the government.
Yep. So, correction. Not every book on the banned books list is necessarily one you need to read, because there are some that get banned for the dumbest reasons in the world. You know what? Is racism bad? Yes. Is demeaning somebody because of a mental disability bad? Yeah. Is it important to preserve these works that were written in eras that were different? Yes.
Animal Farm is banned as well.
Yeah, of course. Because why wouldn't it be?
It was banned for the phrase "masses will revolt."
Yep. It's freaking ridiculous.
So dumb.
Yeah, here's my quote for the day early. Become ungovernable. Okay, no, that's not actually going to be my quote, but for real, like, that's actually mind-blowing. that so many books are banned for so stupid reasons.
Yeah. I'm trying to find our county.
But yeah, we've been playing Marvel Rivals a lot recently, and it is Overwatch but better. Legitimately. I mean, yeah, Ian, I know what happens in Of Mice and Men, but are we really going to get that sensitive and ban a book because somebody dies or there's somebody who's mentally disabled in the book? Like, really? I don't think it's as bad as I don't think it's necessary to rail against that stuff. I think it's important that people should hear about this kind of stuff and, you know, learn how to deal
The
with
Green
it.
Mile is banned.
Like, listen, like, bullying sucks. It does.
Pet Cemetery's banned.
Of course. But at the same time, if people aren't exposed to how nasty this stuff can be, eventually it will get to the point where it's not considered that bad anymore. And oh, well, you know, we don't have any examples of this kind of vile behavior. Like, you should be able to look at something and go, oh, yeah, that's wrong. I shouldn't do that. But if you remove that entirely, now you have nothing to say, oh, yeah, that's bad. I shouldn't do that. That's obviously, like, the, like, bottom of the barrel, like, explanation of that. But, I mean, that's the way it is.
The Giver's banned.
Yeah. All right, let's get off of banned books and stuff before we get, you know, on an FBI watch list.
Screw it. I'm probably already there. I've been speaking out against banning books since I was in high school.
I mean, yeah.
But then again, how many banned books were there in high school, Spencer?
I don't remember there being that many banned books.
There were 0.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I don't remember there being any at all.
They were trying to get a few taken out of the curriculum.
Yeah.
I don't remember which ones. Slaughterhouse 5 was one of them. They were trying to remove it from the curriculum, and that was it. They weren't trying to ban it. They were just like, hey, we don't need to be teaching this.
Right.
But that's different.
I think there's a huge there's absolutely a huge difference between that and outright banning a book, because it's like removing this book from the curriculum is saying, hey, we're not going to actively teach this kind of stuff. But
yeah,
outright banning a book is saying, hey, a student can't be reading this. That's a whole nother can of worms. But yeah, I dislike the burning of books. The oh my gosh, the number of times people try. I've seen people online legitimately try and defend the Nazis burning books because they're like, oh, but actually the books they were burning were this and that. And it's like, yeah, okay, I don't care. They were still burning books. And they're the Nazis. Are you gonna try and defend them? For real? Like, are we being for real right now? But anyways, to get off of that, Marvel Rivals. It's Overwatch, but better. Okay, hold on. I need to pull up the review I saw earlier on Overwatch's page. Because I just clicked on Overwatch has a new hero they released, and so I clicked on the page out of curiosity. And I was looking at some of the recent reviews. And most of the recent reviews were saying, go play Marvel Rivals. Trash ass game. Let's see. Can I filter? How do I do, like, most recent?
I don't know. I don't know how to work a computer.
Mostly negative. Yeah, recent. Okay. Talking about review bombing. Now, what more? Within the last few days. Sink lots of time into it. Just play Marvel Rivals. Why would you ever download Overwatch 2 when a masterpiece just dropped? Marvel Rivals is doing everything that Blizzard is too greedy to do, and they are succeeding, so just go play Marvel Rivals. Trust me. Uh, can't recommend. This game's not worth it anymore. Just play Marvel Rivals. Bye bye Overwatch. It was nice knowing you before you destroyed yourself years ago. Let's go Marvel Rivals, baby. Where's the one I saw? Okay, that's funny. The people who make Overwatch adult content work harder than the people who make Overwatch. The one that I better off downloading 34 gigabytes of Overwatch adult content than the game itself. Wow. The only reason it exists on Steam is so you can give it a bad review. But adult content's so good they made a game out of it. No, the one that got me earlier was somebody saying Marvel Rivals adult content is better, 0 out of 10. I was like, oh, Overwatch is cooked. Even the freaking cum brains have moved over to Marvel Rivals. Overwatch is done. Why is there so much Overwatch adult content? Because the Overwatch models are so easy to strip out of the game and use.
You know what's even funnier than that? The creators of Marvel Rivals said, hey, when we made this game, we made it so you can just pull the models out and do whatever you want with them.
Yep. They knew full well what they were doing.
Yeah.
See, the one that I find the funniest, which, okay, clarification, I think adult content is bad. I think consuming it in excessive quantities is bad. I don't think it's something people should be viewing daily, but the real fun fact that I've heard is Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
People wanted content of her so bad that leaps and bounds were made in the animation industry just to be able to make adult content with that character. I'm not joking.
The internet has been the I forget what it is. It's like as soon as the internet started, I think the first thing on it was adult content.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was
You know what they
quick.
say the oldest industry is. But no, I was having fun. I've been playing a lot on my own. It turns out I'm better against people than I am the AI. Because the AI knows, because I play a lot of Psylocke, so I turn invisible a lot. The AI still tracks you while you're invisible.
Oh, really?
Yep. That's why I'm having such a hard time playing Psylocke on when we do the against AI because I'm they know where I am, so they just follow me around. People are dumb though, so it's really easy just to jump on the supports, wipe out the supports, and then clean up. I've been playing Wolverine and Iron Fist as well.
Oh, how are you liking them?
Um, Wolverine's a lot of fun, but he's basically like playing Warwick from League.
Okay.
And Iron Fist is good in certain situations. Because it's really easy to kite Iron Fist if you know what you're doing.
Okay.
But if your opponents are running like 3 support, 3 tank, you'll mop the floor with them because they don't deal enough damage to you to stop you.
Right. So I've been playing a lot of Loki because nobody wants to play healers, and I'm just like, all right, Loki's the healer I'm playing. So I I will say I hate Venom and I hate Spider-Man because specifically because I played 2 games today in which the other side had a Venom and a Spider-Man that would do nothing but dive the back line and blow their ult to kill me.
Loki's tough to play against. I also
Yeah.
found out Hawkeye will auto one-shot Jeff every single time.
Yeah, he'll one-shot Loki too. If he hits a headshot, a full charged headshot in Loki, he one-shots him. I found that out. I think he has the highest damage, like base damage out of just individual shots in the game.
I've gotten kind of decent with him. I just don't know how to use his abilities right.
Fair enough.
And what was and I was messing around with like Iron Man, but I don't like the flight thing. Hela is pretty goofy.
I don't mind Hela. I don't mind it. Moon Knight's still my go-to. I don't know if you've tried out Moon Knight yet.
I haven't. I normally just flip back and forth between Psylocke and Luna Snow.
Moon Knight is interesting because he works best when the enemy team groups up.
Yeah.
When it's individual, it's kind of, I mean, it's not like his damage drops off or anything. Well, his damage does drop off. It's not like you can't get kills individual, but it works best. I love the capture points where the entire enemy team just walks in. I throw down my Ankh and then just start chucking my boomerangs in there, and it just bounces off of everybody, and I get kills just because the tank is standing next to the weaker, like the healers.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many kills I've gotten on healers whenever I haven't thrown a single boomerang at them because it's just bouncing off the tank.
Psylocke is really good at cleaning up after fights, though.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like, you can just sneak around the backline and annihilate people. And, Luna Snow is really good at, an all-tank composition because she can heal everybody at the same time.
Right.
She's really hard to get off the field, too. Cloak and Dagger is seeing a lot more play here recently because, Jeff has just been targeted down every time somebody plays Jeff.
Yes.
Cloak and Dagger's good, but people who don't know how to play Cloak and Dagger are like, it's so funny to watch them.
Yeah. they're not too hard. Loki's the hardest healer. Like, because you have to know like positioning with your clones. And the other thing is he has one method of he has two methods of self-healing and neither are efficient. You can either hit your it's shift on keyboard, I don't know what it is on controller, where it drops the area of healing around you and your clones, which is great in team fights, especially if you have your clones bunched up around your team. It's just like, oh, everybody instant health. It's fantastic. And the other method is positioning your clones in a way where they're shooting you, which is not easy to do. It's quite hard, actually, because like you can't just plop down your clone and then shoot. You'd have to turn around and then shoot the other way, so your clone's shooting you. Or plop down your clone behind you and stand in front of it. It's very, very, very finicky. He is great at getting out, I will say. I had that same game. I had the one game. I had a Magic, a Spider-Man, and a Venom who would all ignore everybody else and just dive the backline to come after me. I'd literally respawn, walk out of the room, and Spider-Man's flying over the building to come after me. He's not even near the objective. And the number of times when they'd swing after me and I'd just stealth away and get back to the objective was hilarious. Because they'd sit there beating up a clone. And they'd be like, I got him.
I want to learn how to play Magic, but I don't... That looks like it's going to be a lot of work.
She's tough. I don't hate her. She's not my favorite. The problem with her is you have to be
She's got no range.
She's got a lack of range, but you have to be in the middle of everything. If you can't get to the enemy team fast enough, you're going to get melted. But the thing is, she turns a percentage of the damage she deals into a shield.
Yeah.
So, if you get in, it gets real tough to kill her. It gets real tough.
That's why I like Psylocke so much, because I just have so much movement capabilities with her. I can dash, I can invis, I can... and then I have a minor self-heal that works as poke.
Right.
And the shotgun is really good at taking care of a lot of things.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the issue with Magic. She has zero range.
Yeah.
Because even like Hulk, when he's when he's hulked out, when he's not Banner with the gun, has the clap, where he claps and sends the shockwave forward. That's, you know, it's not great, but it at least gives you some method of dealing with range, and you can jump at him. Magic has the teleport, and it's invulnerable.
Not a great teleport.
It's good in the middle of a fight. Yes. When you're in the middle of the enemy team, it's fantastic because it gets hard for them to track you. You pop out of the teleport, you drop a clone, you drop one of the little demons. You attack, you teleport again, you do a slash, you've got a bunch of shields, and then in middle of a team fight, you should be able to teleport again to get away. She's kind of like... She can't just run at the enemy. She has to like pop in and out
constantly. Yeah, that's why it's also like I don't remember if I was doing it too much when we were doing the four of us playing together, but when it was just me, I would just ditch the group and go to the back lines, and as soon as somebody ran out of the combat, I would just sneak in, steal the kill, and disappear with Psylocke.
Yep. I mean, you weren't doing that a ton, but...
I was learning real quick why Psylocke is regarded as the hardest to play, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, this isn't that hard at all. This is like how I play Halo.
What's a good beginner character? Ian, the tough part about the games like Marvel Rivals and Overwatch, and even like look at League, is there definitely characters that are easier conceptually? Yeah, sure. But really, it's going to be what you vibe with. Because, like, Moon Knight is rated as a 3-star, and Loki is rated as a 4-star difficulty. And those are the characters that I'm the best at.
The Punisher is probably the most easy base start one.
Punisher is fairly easy for damage. Um, Strange is very easy as a tank. Because, I mean, there's really nothing complex with his kit. His ult is a little hard to use. I still haven't figured out how to use that properly. The best I've come up with is build up the dark magic, then drop your ult, and then use the dark magic, because you get 2 ticks of damage, where it hits them and it hits their shadow. It also stuns everybody,
I
so
just cannot get any of them to work.
It's fair. I love Penny Parker. Penny Parker is phenomenal.
We were throwing a fit because every single game we were playing with you, you were getting the MVP for no reason at all.
It was for a reason. It's because I'm cracked.
You just stood around and healed us.
No. Okay, I will say the game does seem to have a bias towards healers, especially because there's not really a character in this game like you have Sona from League, you know, where it's like she's really only a healer. It's not like there are other characters in League that you can build for damage.
Yeah.
Who are primarily healers but can do damage. I think Soraka's one you could do that with. But
she used to be. Sona is now flipped the other way. If you build her full AP, she will annihilate somebody.
Oh, really? Wow. That's funny. But Rivals isn't like that. All the healers in Rivals are capable of dealing decent damage. Especially Loki, because he's tough to aim because Jeff just has the fountain. Healing daggers home in on people.
Luna shoots triple burst.
Well, and she's just like Jeff, where her healing is like an AoE, like a spray. So it's like,
no, it's not. It's triple burst, and then you can use one of her abilities to fire a bigger burst. And then you have her ult, which is basically Sona's ult.
Yeah, you're right. But it like they're not that hard. Loki doesn't have any sort of homing, and it's single darts. Yeah. So Loki's benefit is dropping the clones, and I've surprised some damage. Like I caught a Hawkeye off guard because I dropped 2 things. He was shooting at me. I burned him down with all 3, me and my 2 clones hitting him at the same time. That caught him off guard. But yeah, I think that there is a kind of an unfair lean towards healers, because I've noticed most of the games I've been playing, a healer has gotten MVP.
It's either a healer or a tank. I very rarely see the damage dealers.
The I think they're Vanguard is the tank. Strategist is the healer. I can't remember what the damage, but either way, yeah, I saw Punisher get it. He had to have he had 40 kills and 12 assists, 1 death.
Yeah.
And he dealt over 20,000 damage. That's what it took for him to get MVP. It's absolutely insane. So I think they need to tweak it a little bit, just so it's a little bit more even. Like, obviously you don't want healing to not have much weight to it because you want a healer to actually feel like they're doing something. But, because when you have like Overwatch, you're not going to get the play of the game as a healer. Like, you're not
Unless you do something spectacular.
getting kills. Like, you're not going to get play of the game if you revive your teammate as Mercy and then they go on a killing spree.
Yeah.
So, I like that Rivals does give healers a bit more of appreciation, but it does seem like healing is weighted a little bit too much since obviously excuse me. Obviously, good grief. Okay, we're good. Obviously, healers don't deal as much damage as the offensive specialists, but the fact that they can output consistent damage while still healing makes it much easier for them to get play of the game, get MVP.
I will say I got one of the funniest quadra kills I have ever seen playing as Hawkeye.
Okay.
There's a team fight going on. I can't see the enemy, so I'm just drawing back the bow, holding it, and firing it. And I'm shooting through my teammates and it's like, dink, KO. Second shot, dink, KO. Third shot, dink, KO. Fourth shot, dink, KO. I was like, you're joking me, right?
That's funny. But that's what was happening the other night when we were playing. I was getting like triple kills while also healing people on all of my play of the games. Yeah. Like that's why it was giving it to me, because I'm doing legitimately. I just had a game. No, it wasn't my game. I was looking at my stats for Loki afterwards. My healing and damage are almost even.
Yes.
From like my average damage is Loki is like 5,000 something. My average healing is 6,000 something.
The one that got me last night was the game where I was playing Psylocke, you were playing Loki, and I had 27 KOs, 0 deaths, and you still got play of the game.
Yeah, that was... The one I felt bad about was the one I stole from Alex when he had like 36 kills. And I had like 26 on top of my healing, and...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I felt that one was
really
the one I
bad
was
about
mad
that.
about. Well, we're hitting about that time.
Yeah, we are.
Next week, we're probably gonna move the podcast till sometime.
We'll
Stay
figure
tuned.
it out. There's not gonna be a stream next Tuesday. Most likely,
Correct.
Unless I do it way late at night.
Yeah.
Because I've got things in the morning with family, and I've got things in the evening with family. The only possible way is if I did it at like 1 o'clock and
Midnight.
streamed like short. But you got your quote?
I have an excerpt.
Oh, a whole excerpt. Go for it.
It's just that the universe has decided that this one will have grit and fire and steel in their blood. A quote from the poem, "Some people are just born to fight," I think.
Okay. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. George Orwell,
Yeah.
1984.
That's
had
a
to.
banned book.
I had to. When we were talking about all that earlier, I absolutely had to. But, yeah, that's what we got for today, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow for whatever. I don't remember. I'll be honest this time. I won't lie. I won't pretend like I'm looking it up in my brain. But
Hold on. You're playing Blasphemous tomorrow.
yep. Okay. And the 9 Souls on Thursday.
Once everything cools down at my house, I will be streaming more to let everybody know I've been taking a prolonged break due to family issues.
Family okay. Phrase it better than family issues. It's not like his family has been having problems. It's like he had a family member have a major surgery. Let's set it up like that so it doesn't sound like your family's falling apart.
There's not much difference.
Well, okay, falling apart physically rather than falling apart emotionally.
Yeah. Yeah. Once everything gets settled down over here, I'll probably be streaming a lot more. But that's been an ongoing thing, so if people are wondering where I've been, it's been running around to doctor's appointments left and right. So,
yep.
Groovy.
But everything's all right now. Let's clarify that.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
There was not a sudden death in the family.
Yeah, just in the recovery process is all.
Yeah, which is taking a lot longer than we all expected.
I mean, reasonably so. But anyways, yep. That also probably means we'll be back to streaming together more often.
Yeah. Either Tuesdays or Thursdays.
Yeah. We still got to finish Borderlands. I want to do a Marvel Rivals stream here before too long. See if we can get a team of 6 together. That would be awesome.
How badly are we gonna flop?
Oh, terribly.
Get everybody up to level 10 and we can start playing ranked.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I'm already level 17, so I'm there.
I'm like level 12, so I already tried ranked.
I haven't. I'm afraid.
No joke, the only difference is you have longer respawn times.
Oh, okay.
And it makes sure that everybody's in the game before it starts.
Did Grandma get run over by a reindeer? No. That's actually nice. I like that because I've had issues. I had issues the one time I tried to play ranked with Overwatch, it didn't load into the game until, like 30 seconds after the game had already started, which isn't huge, but that's still like, bro, this is a ranked game.
Yeah. No, it makes sure that everybody is in the game and then it starts. And there's a lot more coordination that goes into it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it's not even that much different than like a league game. But there's only certain game types that it does.
Okay.
And like the one where you have to push the cart or the chariot, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It will flip to the other side and let them have a go at it.
Oh.
And if they can push it further than you, so it's like if they push it further than you in less time, they win.
Fair enough. I don't mind that, actually. I'll have to give that a try.
Which was really funny when I was playing it, and it very quickly turned into we had a Jeff on our team who just sat on the payload and just kept dropping the bubbles, and everybody else pushed up ahead of the payload and just kept intercepting them while they kept trying to stop Jeff from moving it forward. And it was like, oh, well, yeah. Sorry, guys.
See, that's what I like about Penny as a tank, is she's great at sealing off, like, cutting off entrances, because it's just like, oh, I dropped my spider mines right in this door. Go ahead, walk through the door. I dare you. I dare you.
It was also weird because it was like, I saw very quickly, it's like 3 tanks, 2 supports, 1 attack. Was the normal going, and I was like, this is weird.
That's the meta that's been established. That they what did they call it in Overwatch? Because Overwatch had that issue when it was a 6-on-6. They would do 3 tanks, 3 healers.
Yeah.
The
meatball combo.
Yeah, see, it was called Meatball for League of Legends. It wasn't called that in Overwatch. It had a different name, and I don't remember what it was. But, yeah, that people were worried because Rivals was immediately adopting that same playstyle.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not. It's a completely different. It's not. You don't have as much health as in Overwatch.
Yes, definitely. Although there's a lot more healing in Rivals. But anyways,
it takes skill to do it.
We've kept going after our quotes for a while. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. Have a great rest of your night. I'll catch you tomorrow for Blasphemous.
Merry Christmas if we don't see you before then.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Well, I mean, I definitely will. Okay, Merry Christmas from Bardic Blunders if we don't see you before then.
There we go.